dropper right here. So we're going to need 2 more droppers. Oh, thank you guys. Skeleton is subscribed. Holy shit. A bunch of people just subscribed. Thank y'all. Hey y'all, it's Simmerex. Today I'm going to show y'all how to do a really simple subscribe by die setup. Works with Minecraft Java Edition for channels under 1,000 subscribers. If you would like to know more about channels over 1,000 subscribers, stay tuned to the end of the video. You guys know the problem, man. You know, everybody wants to do sub by die, but there's no tutorials. See, these bigger YouTubers don't want to tell you what they're doing, probably because they're using somebody else to code their shit. They don't know how to do it. So we're going to jump in today, at least for smaller channels. Let's go. All right, y'all. So let's just get a few prerequisites here. Just laid the fuck out right off the bat. You're going to need at least a basic knowledge of Python. Or a willingness to learn. You don't have to be a pro. I'm a fucking idiot, man. I figured it the fuck out. You can do it. I got faith in you, audience. Got faith in you. You are also going to need a Minecraft server. You can either do a locally hosted server on your machine, or you can use a paid hosting service such as SparkToast, which is what I use. It's affordable and it's easy to use, and it's just a hell of a lot fucking easier, honestly, than setting it up on your machine. But you can go to minecraft.net, download the server jar from there, and they have instructions over there and on the wiki to help you guys get that set up. But I'm going to assume if you've made it this far in the video, you know how to set up a server because you'd have done it left when I said coding. The Archon to send commands, you're going to need a flash side server script, which we're going to get onto that later. That's the Python part. And we're going to be using the YouTube data API to make this all happen and tie it together. Okay, guys, now that my ugly mug is off the screen, let's jump into setting this up. I'll also slow down quite a bit for this. First, we're going to get into what we are going to need in depth, and we're going to start with Python. You will need Python version 3.9 or newer installed on your system. So to do that, I'm going to open a tab here into python.org. All right, so I have 3.12. Apparently, we now have a 3.13, so we can go ahead and download that one. As soon as that's done, you're going to open the installer here. You're going to make sure you customize the installation and make sure that you are installing it on your path and that pip and documentation, all that is going to be installed. So on my system here, which is Windows, is going to be add Python to environment variables, which will put it on your path. You're also going to download the debug symbols and binaries and download the free threaded binaries. And then we're going to hit install right here. And of course, you're going to have to use admin permissions for that. Once that installs on your system and you get this set up with successful or a similar screen to what I have here, depending on what system you're on, you can close that out and you can go ahead and get rid of your window here. The next thing you're going to want to do is open a command prompt or a shell. I'm going to use shell. I like using shell, so you can go either here on your start screen or to the search and just search. I'm just going to search shell, and it's going to bring it up right there, and I'm going to open that up. Then you're going to enter this code right here, which I'm just going to copy and paste from where I have it. It's Python, these 2 little squiggly bracket thingamajiggers, and then version, and then you're going to hit enter. It's going to tell you your version right there. 3.1, 3.0 is what we just installed. We're going to type this command to install the required packages for our Python script. Pip, pip, install, install, request. This one's important. request, and make sure there is an S on the end of it. And then mcarchon, mcarcon. Hit enter. And it's going to do its thing here for a couple minutes while it's building dependencies and installing these packages. Awesome. So when you get to the end here, you can get out of this. The next thing in line, like I said before, is going to be your server. Whether you use a web hosted server or you host it locally, you are going to need a Minecraft server. If you do want to do a locally hosted server, you can bring up a new Google Chrome window there, and you can just search for it. You can search for there, and I just searched for server.jar Minecraft, and I'll show you right there. This is Java Edition, by the way. And then you're going to go down here, and you can download this jar file here, and then you're going to run it with this command right here. And that will open it up for you. All the instructions for this are also here in the wiki article right here on the screen, if you guys want to set that up. Otherwise, seriously, guys, I recommend a paid hosting service. It's a lot easier, and like I said, SparkToast is great. Not affiliated, just I love them. Like, I had a problem. I'm going to go on a tangent here for a minute. I had a problem with my Archon port. I messaged service, and they had it fixed for me within 10 minutes on the online chat. So seriously, I say bypass the local server environment. All right, next big thing we need to jump in here is your YouTube API key. So once again, we're going to bring up Google Chrome again. Google Developer Console is where you're going to go. Right here, Google Cloud Platform. Go to My Console and go to your dashboard. And up here, you're going to see beside where it says Google Cloud, you have these projects right here. What you're going to want to do, because these are some of my experiments, what you're going to want to do is go up to create a new project. And you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it just test. You don't have to have an organization because it's just for you. Hit create. And after you get over here, you're going to see pretty much nothing. While you're here and you see pretty much nothing, you're going to scroll down here, and on the left, you're going to see explore and enable APIs, and you're going to click on that. What you're looking for down here is the YouTube data API. It's clear at the bottom for me. It might be somewhere else for you. That's the one you want to click on. All right, here you'll see that it is enabled. So you're going to come over to the left here, and you're going to scroll down to credentials and click on that. After you've clicked on credentials, you're going to click on create right up here at the top. Then you can put API key. And it's going to create that for you. You can just go right there and copy that because that's going to be important in a minute. This is the point where we get into some code. What I'm going to do here is I already have our code set up here. All right, so now guys, if you'd like to follow along with me with the code here, you can jump over to the Discord. There's a link in the description to download this piece of code. I've already got it set up here. I'm going to open it in a text editor, and we'll make that nice and big for you. And we'll just kind of go through it here and see what we got. So up here, we're importing our time, our logging, our request, and our Archon. This is to set up our logging here. Here for your Archon, you're going to enter your host, which is going to be on your server files. If you're local host, it will likely just be localhost. Your default Archon port is 25575, and then your password you'll have to set in your server files themselves in the server.properties file. Here where it says your API key, you're going to select that and then drop in the API key from earlier, so just paste. And then down here you're going to need your channel ID. So your API key from earlier, and your credentials, and your channel ID. So your channel ID is your YouTube channel ID. We'll bring up a new tab here, and I'll show you the way I like to do it, which you guys can also find this in YouTube. But basically, all you got to do is go to your channel on YouTube. So I'm going to just type Simmerex, click on that right there. And then right here, if you look at my search bar, this last part after the channel and the slash, that is your channel ID. We're going to copy that. We'll close this page out now. We don't need that anymore. And we're going to plop that right in here where it says channel ID equals your underscore channel ID. Now down here we've got some more basic information, and this is where we'll get into kind of a warning about using the data API real quick, is that you have 10,000 calls per day. Each call for your sub count cost 1. So mine's set at 20 seconds. You guys can adjust this based off of how long and how often you stream. And then the kill delay to handle the amount of subs that can come in at once, I have at 1.5 seconds. You can adjust that as necessary for your needs here. On down here, we have our Archon scripts for that, and then our fetch subscriber script here that runs off of this stuff up here. We have our error logging for exceptions right there. And then here we've got the main loop of the script is all of this. And you guys that know a little bit more about Python than me, you can adjust that however you want. So what we're going to do next, guys, after you get all this set up with your API and your Archon stuff and your channel ID, is you're going to go to File. You're going to Save As. So I have it sub-IDI. What you're going to do is take sub-IDI.py if it's just a text document, which I think I'll upload this as a Python document, but if it's not, come down here to text documents and then hit all files and save. Now you can see it on your desktop here and here. So there's two versions now. You can delete the one if it's a text document. The one you're going to want to run is this one. So now this is what you got to do. You got your server set up. You have your script set up. You have your API and everything, and they're correct. So let's theoretically say you're getting ready to stream. You're going to set your stream up, all that fancy stuff. Now that we have our sub equals die script set up there on our desktop, which is where I would recommend you keep because it's much simpler, but you can put it in any directory you want. You'll just have to open your terminal, whatever directory you're in, right click, open terminal. This is Windows, by the way. If you're Mac or Linux, I'm sure you know more about your system than I do. I'm going to type Python as the beginning of our command here, and then we're going to put our name here for our script, which I'll slide that down. Sub equals die. I don't think it's case sensitive here. If it is, then I've screwed up. And then dot py. And there it's returning 2270, which my subscriber count is slightly higher. And it will do this every 20 seconds. So now we can go ahead and Control-C out of that. That's how you'll stop it. And then we'll get into what I was talking about earlier in the show about if you have more than 1,000 subscribers. Okay, I'm back in my normal form of having my face on camera now. It's so much more comfortable this way for some reason. Anyway, so you guys noticed there a minute ago, it was only returning a truncated number of my actual subscribers. That is because of the limits on the YouTube Data API. And as I said, hang out to the end and I'll tell you how we're going to get around that. How we're going to get around that once you have more than 1,000 subscribers is if enough people comment that they want a video for the more complicated setup for over 1,000 subscribers, I'll make it. Till next time, my name's Simmerex. Hope that helps some of you guys out there. I love you guys very much. Have any questions, hit me up in the Discord. If you want the script, it's in the Discord as well. Peace out. See you on the next one. Leave me a like, leave me a sub. Bye, guys.